Guys, when Andrew was 24, this was back in 2012, he launched his own agency and started doing consulting work. Today, he charges on average 20, 30, $40,000 per project. And last year did quote several millions in revenue, call it 3 million in revenue. But what we talked about today was how he's launching these individual SaaS applications like Organize.app on the Slack app exchange, which helps you bring your org chart into your Slack channel if you're a smaller team that's maybe too early for the enterprise level org charts. He's just now got his first paying customers on that product, 55 engineers up at the holding co level, 1.5 of which we'll call it a person and a half working on the spinoff for Organize App. We'll see what he does next. Hey, folks, my guest today is Andrew Fan. He is building a company called Organice, which helps founders and people ops teams of growing Slack heavy organizations by bringing the core of their HR tools into Slack. Andrew, you ready to take us to the top?
Uh, Hey guys, nice
So,
to be
Andrew,
here.
we're good. We're glad. We're thrilled to have you. From what I understand, you have a company called Upsilon where you work on side projects, and one of the side projects that has taken off is this one called Organize. That's NICE dot app. Tell me about a customer that pays for Organize app.
We just started recently. The application was launched this March, and currently we have a bunch of paying users and a bunch of users which I hope will convert to the paid users soon. If I have to uh, describe an average customer, I would say that this is an SMB company which uses Slack a lot and which is probably growing and which is too small to start using enterprise level HR tools. So
And
this is
and
kind of
when you say lots of paying customers, say how many paying customers?
not a lot. Currently, we have five
That's
paying
great. And
customers.
what do you charge per month on average?
We charge per users in their workspace.
Okay, and how much?
$1. $1 for a user if you pay annually, or 1.25 for a user if you pay monthly.
Okay, so a dollar per user per seat per month, or $1.25. And then how many seats do the five customers currently have?
In total, they have somewhere near 400 seats. So our MRR is somewhere near 400, depending on the month, because
That's
it jumps depending on the number of users.
Well, so why does it jump? I mean, if they use your tool and pay for it and get addicted, they shouldn't churn it all. Why does it jump?
It jumped to the positive direction. I mean, people, those companies, they are growing because, yeah, usually you need to visualize your organization if you want to grow. Because if you are shrinking, it does not make sense to visualize your existing
Yep.
team. So I would say that revenue is growing.
And help me understand, Andrew, how you got these first five customers.
Um, this is not our first product which we launch on top of Slack. And what we realized is that Slack is a perfect place to start your like first, I would say, bootstrap small business, because once you release something for Slack, you can get into their marketplace. And basically, this is a free marketing tool for you. And this is how we got our first client. So we just released our application there. We wrote a description for this application where we mentioned some words like org chart, org tree, and our first customer basically found us using marketplace, using the search on the Slack marketplace.
Oh, what's going on there, YouTube? Good to see you guys. Now imagine this. You love watching these interviews with SaaS founders, but imagine if we took all of the valuation data out from over 2,807 interviews I've done manually. Saves you a lot of time. Well, we've done this. We've built it into the beautiful interface inside of FounderPath. Check this out. I'll show you how you can access this in a second, but you log in, you connect your Stripe account, you see your valuation real time, you can see what it changed over the past 88 days, and even set goals for valuation this year. Now, the secret to valuation is there's many different ways to value a SaaS business. So the reason you're going to see 3 or 4 different valuations inside of your Founder Path dashboard, this is all free by the way, is because depending on who's doing the buying of your SaaS company, you're going to get a different valuation. A VC is going to pay a different valuation. Private equity firm is different. If you're going to do a minority sale, that's different. And if you sell the whole business, that's a different valuation. You can see all those when I hover over here. Right, so the teal is what a VC would pay, yellow is what private equity, and red is if you sold the whole thing outright. Now, what's cool about this is not built off random data. Again, you guys hear these interviews on YouTube. All these data are built from real-time valuation data points founders share with us on the show. So traction, 1.2 million, seed round, 3.7 raise, they sold 22% of their business. Go in here and filter by the event. Maybe you only want to see companies that have sold the whole business. Well, here are a bunch that have been acquired, the valuation and the multiple. Maybe you're going out right now and you're raising your seed round. Well, go in here and look at all this recent seed deals that went down, what they raised, what valuation they raised at, and what percent that they sold. There's never been a larger data set of SaaS valuations than what you can get now inside of Founder Path, and we're thrilled to bring it to you. All right, we're going to go back to the YouTube video here in a second, but if you want to check this tool out, if you want to jump in and sign up, you can check it out for free to get your valuation at this link, founderpath.com/products/valuations. Or if you go to founderpath.com and hover over products, click on get your valuation here and go ahead and sign up to give it a whirl. Again, all that valuation data live right inside the platform. I hope to see you there. All right, let's jump back into the interview. I want to go deep on how you optimize for Slack because I'm on the listing right now. Slack does not use like ratings. So it's not like you can get to the top of a list if you get a lot of 5-star ratings. But what you have in your description are bold words like org chart, birthday, work anniversary, managed PTO. How did you know what keywords to target? And does making them bold actually get you more traffic from Slack?
Slack Marketplace team is not huge, and the algorithms on how they rank certain applications are not that sophisticated in comparison to Apple Store or Google Store. This is only my guess, and my guess is based on observation because we have 2 other applications in the marketplace. So they rely on the application usage. So, for example, if you found some customers which are using you a lot, they probably gonna rank you higher.
So Andrew, they're tracking how many people click that green add to Slack button. So for you guys, last month, how many people downloaded Slack on the Slack directory?
Not a lot, maybe 25. I'm saying not a lot because for our another tool, we get 20, 30 downloads per day. That tool is more. It's less appealing in terms of a business. However, it has good keywords, good names, so that's why people install it. So for Organize, we basically try to highlight our main feature, which is building org chart. And I guess most of the clients they find us by typing org plus something in the search bar, because if you do this, probably you will see us in the top, and basically the number of results won't be huge, probably like 5, 10 results in total.
So is it fair to say that all of your trialing customers and paid customers today have come from the Slack app exchange?
Yes, exactly. We are only planning to start doing other types of marketing. We are currently working on our website. We plan to launch a small Reddit campaign because Reddit has a good subreddit for Slack users. It's pretty crowded, I would say.
Understood.
And I see other applications.
How do you figure out like org chart by Deal ranks really high for the search term org chart? That's DEEL. Deal is obviously using this to onboard people to their full HR sort of management platform. Do you have any tools that you use to sort of know how many downloads other apps get on the Slack app exchange?
Unfortunately, it's not possible. I think that this is the most popular question to the marketplace team. Like, when will you introduce your analytics so developers can basically like work with it and improve their description or whatever to appear higher.
Yep. Yep. Exactly. Okay. Interesting. Um, what do you have to do to convert a trialing customer into a paid account? What activation metrics do you look for?
Uh, so our tool basically it once you add it to your Slack space, and once you configure like what fields you want to show on your org chart, the tool starts asking people, please provide me this information and that information. And basically what we are looking at is like two metrics. The first one is how many people reply to the bot, because there is a certain threshold after which admins see that there is an engagement with the tool, and like more and more people appear on the org chart. And the second metric we look is whether they activated other daily features and like birthday tracking or time off tracking, because like whether the org chart is a good kind of like reason to install the bot. You won't use your org chart every day, because you just set up it, and probably the next time you look at it,
Yep.
maybe like it's not kind of like a daily uh,
Understood, Andrew.
daily tool.
How have you capitalized the business today? Have you raised capital or bootstrapped?
No, it's fully bootstrap, as we have other business. We have available developers. So yeah.
So how many folks are full time just on Organice?
Um, Full time, I would say 1.5,
One and a
and the
half.
rest they're joining and they're leaving depending on their load on other projects.
So explain to me how it works. You've got Upsilon, which is the holding company of Organize. How many developers are full time up at the holding company level?
We have somewhere near 55 people, and maybe
55
80%
full
of them.
time.
Yeah, and 50 and maybe like 80% of them are developers. The rest are involved in operations.
Andrew, you must be making a lot of money somewhere because it's not cheap to pay 55 people full time.
Uh, not a lot of money, but it's enough to pay the bills and
Well, where are you
do
making money though? Or Organize does 400 per month. The other one you said, is the other one free?
No, other applications, they are also generating some money, but basically we are doing consulting for bigger companies, and this is
Ah,
how we earn money. So our main business right now is like consulting business.
I see. I see. So what will you charge a brand to build, a custom Slack application for them?
Mm, uh, Everything depends on the complexity, but I would say that the entry amount should be somewhere near 25,000
I see. I see.
and higher. Mhm.
Can I ask about how much the agency did last year in total revenue?
Um, yeah, we did a few millions.
Okay, that makes more sense. So you do a few million across 55 engineers. When did you That's impressive, Andrew. When did you launch the agency?
I launched it in 2012, so it's kind of like 10 years ago.
That's amazing, Andrew.
More than 10.
Forgive me here, but you look very young. How old are you?
I'm 34.
34. Okay, so you launched it when you were 24, and you've just been committed to it ever since.
Yeah. Never worked on someone except my clients for an agency or for my
That's
uh,
that's awesome.
projects.
So what do you think is going to happen for the next 5 years at the agency? Do you think one of these SaaS tools is going to take off and you're going to stop doing custom work and do more SaaS work? Or do you think you want to do less SaaS work and more agency work?
Uh, there are a few like good options for us. So for our consulting business, we currently looking at a model called a venture studio. So basically now we mostly work with entrepreneurs, like helping them to launch the first version of their product and help them scale it to like multiple stages of fundraising. So eventually we want to start taking equity. This might be the first option. The second option might be, as you said, we might build one of the startups which will be able to generate revenue that will be enough to switch more people to that project.
Yep. Yep. No, that makes a lot of sense. Very cool. We're rooting for you. Let's wrap up here with the famous five. Number one, what's your favorite book?
Winners and Outsiders. Unfortunately, I read it in Russian. That's why I don't remember the exact name of it in English. But it's written by Robert Fitzpatrick, I guess.
Yep. Yep. Robert Fitzpatrick. We'll link to it in the show notes. Number two, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
Yeah, I'm again. I don't remember his name, but he appears frequently in my feed. This guy is running a marketplace called Acquire, so I guess his contact is very close to me because I guess he probably had like a similar background to mine because he talks a lot about his marketplace as well as about like doing service type business.
Yep. Number three, what's your favorite online tool for building Organice?
Online tool, I would say Mixpanel, because a lot of people they don't like pay attention a lot to to collecting the data, the usage data, because usage data is a very powerful tool. It helps you to make like right decisions on whether or not to make certain features.
Yep. Number three, what's how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
Sorry, say again.
How many hours of sleep do you get every night?
I try to sleep 7 to 8 hours per night. It's
Fair
not
enough.
like this type of startups when I code like 20 hours per day. It's kind of like lifestyle business.
Yep. And what's your situation? Married, single, kids?
Yeah, I have two twins.
All right.
Not two
Married
twins, but basically twins. Married and have two kids.
two kids, and you're 34, right?
Yeah.
Last question, Andrew. What's something you wish you knew when you were 20?
Yeah, I would wish myself to start experimenting with startups earlier because for the first like 6-7 years we were doing only consulting, and I thought that this is a holy grail. However, then I realized that building something from scratch, like being fully responsible for all decisions, is much more fun than doing consulting.
Guys, when Andrew was 24, this was back in 2012, he launched his own agency and started doing consulting work. Today, he charges on average $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 per project. And last year did, quote, several millions in revenue, call it 3 million in revenue. But what we talked about today was how he's launching these individual SaaS applications like Organice.app on the Slack app exchange, which helps you bring your org chart into your Slack channel if you're a smaller team that's maybe too early for the enterprise level org charts. He's just now got his first paying customers on that product, 55 engineers up at the holding co level, 1.5 of which we'll call it a person and a half working on the spinoff for Organize app. We'll see what he does next. Andrew, thanks for taking us to the top.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers, they try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them and know that I appreciate your guys' support. All right, I'll be in the comments. See ya.